Putin, yes, and why? Well, just because cool guy.
Классный мужик.
Hello, hold on, I have a query. The crisis of '98, remember? Could you possibly clarify your meaning? When the dollar collapsed, well, naturally it all collapsed for me too. So since then, as they say, there was no help from the state. If someone messes up, doesn't pay for their apartment, they get thrown out onto the street. If the state doesn't pay anything, well, it seems that's how it should be. Such things. And the key query, what lessons has the arena given? One can only rely on oneself, and that's it. I can't say anything more. Ever been through this? What did you learn? I can't give any lessons on this topic, but the fact that the ruble collapsed and I felt it myself, that's true. I had a certificate for an apartment, and as a result, nothing came of it. It all fell apart and reset, right? Yes, and the state didn't return the money? Certainly not. Which type? The state did not compensate in any way. Then, after about a year, 3, 4, 5, I heard that there seemed to be some changes, but by that, 98, those who had already received the certificate, meaning the money was already in hand, it was all too late. Was that a certificate to get? A house? Accommodation, yes, flats. So, privatization, correct? No, it was from the Ministry of Education. Oh, the Ministry of Education. Therefore, there were no compensations. Understood. The assignments? Lessons, what lessons? Rely on yourself, that's all. Just like now, sort things into a few baskets, that's all, the whole lesson. Now, the 98-year crisis, was it difficult at all? I experienced an exceptionally difficult period during that time because I was left completely without work. Did you lose your job? Well, yes, but we lived in a military unit, so when the unit was disbanded, we were left without jobs. We had to go through all of this. What did you learn from this event? I'm unsure. All survived, simply put, all endured. Every difficulty has been conquered. So what else was there? Many things, naturally, regarding food and all else. Yes, when I came for my paycheck, they gave me the paycheck. They gave it to me in a bag like this. Well, I don't know why. My paycheck was in bags. A bag of money? Indeed, they handed out cash in that crisis. Sasha, recall, we transport cash in bags. Picture this, receiving your pay as a bag of coins. This is how cheap the ruble was, right? Yes. First the dollar was 66 rubles, and then, how much, Sasha? 28.30 rubles. Yes, roughly, and we came to receive it in bags. How did you make it through? What insights did you gain? I've realized that for 6 months and even a year we had no funds. My wife and I visited a sawmill to cut wood. We went there to saw, actually, then, how should I say this? Accumulated financial earnings. For a while we became shuttle traders. There, well, they bring something to the tent. We sold it, set up at the market, dealt with potatoes, drove to the fields. Well, Sasha knows better, Sasha, explain. Now, Sasha, explain. Everything is correct, everything is correct. Yes, well, life was very hard. The 90s, it was a very hard life. It's akin to perestroika. From socialism to capitalism? Indeed. Overall, it was tough. Back in the 90s, our pay was withheld for half a year. My spouse, a teacher, and his partner, a skilled seamstress, struggled. Factories shut down. What about the laborers? Some were restorers. One, Sasha, turned to market work, even hauling. He endured plenty. Indeed, that existed. It was, he bartered with his spouse, so what next? Such was life. The crisis of '98, when the ruble collapsed. I was trapped beneath the flow. You were caught as well? Yes. How did it occur? What have we learned? Oh, what lessons have we learned? The money that was on the checkbook, some savings we had started, it's still there, so what? And that's it. It was, and it's gone. And the state didn't compensate in any way? No, we probably don't fit under these articles. Were there any special articles there? Lord, yes, there probably were. You know, in Soviet times. I didn't know, I asked later. And you weren't born in Soviet times, right? I came into this world in the year 1985. At that time, my age was approximately 10 years. Of course, all that bygone time comes to mind. I remember it very often. Well, probably patience, humility helped from there. It has been successfully completed.
Наверное, оттуда помогли, наверное, как-то говорится, терпение. А что нам? Мы терпение, смирение, работали, и все.
Didn't you lose your job? No, I served in the forces, wasn't misplaced. All ended up well, indeed, certainly. The military shaped me. Likely it was the discipline. Hello there. How are you doing? Struggle for survival. Struggle for survival. Comparison. Struggle for survival. That's it. What's happening in Russia? And what's next? Here I have a son at war now, in Belarus, at war. Ilyuka. In Ukraine? In the nation of Ukraine. I expressed myself incorrectly. Within Ukraine. Indeed. My offspring. Should there be a chance he might witness? Should his eyes observe, allow his gaze? Certainly. We are merely exhausted. He's there, and what's happening there is just impossible. And what's next? Comparison. Thanks to Comrade Putin. He a little bit, at least a little bit, our climate, the climate on this earth, the climate he slightly created, slowed down, and restored a little. The Americans, the pests, yes, I can say that. They are pests, no doubt. They fall and want to crush us. But nobody will ever crush Russia. It will never be overwhelming. Well, here, because our boys, because in our town, even in our Luga, they slow everyone down a bit. Not only our boys, but others too. Russians, yes, so that these Americans, our Russia, won't get our Russia. These are the options. And how did you experience this? Were there any losses, job losses, and what lessons were learned from all this? In our city, personally in our city, some people worked all their lives, saved. This is the North. They saved up to leave the North, to buy a house, a car, this and that, and it all vanished. Some people even hanged themselves because of this. What do you want? See?